Hey, what's going on, everyone? In this episode, we're going to be exploring this little idea I had in a previous video, which was to use a GPU mining frame for hard drive mining, or Chia farming, essentially. And this was just like just something that was tickling my mind, nothing serious. But when I said that, I got a lot of good feedback. A lot of people, calling me dumb. Giving me suggestions, and basically, we don't want to have hard drives sitting on metal because they vibrate, and that's bad. So we want to absorb any vibrations we can. Basically, we're going to experiment with that in this video and just see where we can go. So I went to the hardware store. It was a local one. They didn't really have much, so I just grabbed what I could, and that's what we're going to start with. So that was our first idea. The next idea we had was to use a shelf and connect them to a shelf. So let's see what that looks like. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to make it clear that this is not a tutorial by any means or a guide. Don't take this as advice. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm just exploring, trying to find a good way to have a bunch of hard drives without paying an arm and a leg, because like a JBOD, a 45 bay JBOD is like over $1,000. So I either need to do something a little bit homemade, janky, or if you guys have suggestions on how to get cheaper storage locations, then drop that in the comments section below. So welcome to the mining dungeon. Apologies about the terrible audio quality. We got to deal with what we got. And this is where we're going to be building this. So this is a mining frame. And my original idea was like, hey, yo, what if we could just take these hard drives and just kind of like throw them in here like they're graphics cards or something. Like, how many could we actually fit? And then everybody freaked out because they just assumed I was just going to leave them here like this. But no, I was like, okay, what are the ideas I could kind of lock these bad boys in place? Because you could fit a significant number across here. So I talked to some people and got some suggestions, and you can get these holy metal sticks from hardware stores. And that would allow me to at least mount them in. So I don't know, I just kind of tested out some different options. But this would allow you to basically screw in the hard drive down here, reduce some of the vibration, and it would prevent it from like falling out at least. And then you could just zip tie this metal piece around this other metal piece. So that's kind of my first idea. And then just space them out every other one. We also use a shelf and put them across here somehow. I don't know. I don't really want to use a mining frame if I don't have to. I honestly really don't have a formal plan for this, so I'm just going to start screwing stuff together and see what happens. It might be the case that I could put two of them in here, or just take out that whole stack of them and put them on a shelf. Yeah, maybe I can just make like a freestanding structure of these guys. Like, I only need like 30 seconds of this footage. It's just going to take me an hour. I need to find RAM sticks. This dump hole. Oh man, where's all my junk? There we go. This is the SSD I was using. It's a little overkill, it's like 2 terabytes. Thinking about just downgrading to this 120 gigabyte. But I don't know. I don't need this. No, I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna go with this, I decided. I have this Adaptec card that'll allow you to plug in 16 hard drives. It's X8, and it looks like with this motherboard, you can't have 2 X8s at the same time if I'm reading this right. So it looks like I'll only be able to do one of these cards. So I'll be limited to 16 and then 4 of these SATA ports at the same time. Actually, I might be able to do 6. At least that's how I'm understanding it. I might be wrong, but that's probably what we'll start with and see how it goes. First thing, I'm going to install this RAM. I don't even know the speed of it. I had some really nice new RAM, but I stole it, so. It doesn't fit, dude. It's not the right size RAM. I don't think anything I have laying around, unfortunately. I don't know, man. Now, the RAM I have actually is the wrong RAM, so temporarily I can put this in another computer and then later switch it out to another computer once I get the right components. This is an awful idea. We don't currently have enough shelves, so this is gonna have to do temporarily. So we made some progress, but this has actually been a little harder than we expected. I just don't have all the right equipment. Part of the challenge of doing this mining vlog thing is that it's not as well planned out as it should be. Back when I started, I thought I'd be really smart and put all my power supply cables together in one bin to be really organized, which at that point I didn't realize you couldn't mix power supply cables. I mean, I just assumed. So now I'm a little short on cables and I'm not sure which ones to use. So I might just do a little bit more research on that, but we got about half of them hooked up and it should be running. And maybe in a follow-up video, we will get some new RAM for that other motherboard as well as fill up all the power supply ports, but I'll show you what I have so far. So we stopped about here, little more than halfway, but I'll continue to work on this, but I just wanted to show what it will look like. So I added this fan down here, and I added a fan up here. I might add some more across here. Ideally, I can get a fan just right on top of this Adaptec card because it gets super hot. So I'm going to be watching that. I don't really have any direct airflow on it right now, except this fan in the back of the room. Okay, so in theory, they should all be right here. Then what I'll do is I'll just count, make sure everything's accounted for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's check back on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Everything is good. So at this point, all the drives are connected to the computer, so you can format as you would and put your plots on them. So yeah, I think we have a lot of work to do on this still, but good progress so far. Stay tuned for part 2 potentially in an upcoming episode. Hopefully this video has been fun, just a little exploration, nothing too crazy. If you enjoy this video and you want to see more in the future, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ideally the notification bell so you know when I post new videos. Thank you. If you have any other good video ideas, drop them in the comment section below. Peace out.